Should have started.
Yo,
Should have started.
hey, did you get that? Did you get
Yeah, should have started.
Hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that in. Well, I know. Or I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, you said put me on game. I don't. Oh, really? Yeah. Do I need to unmute myself?
No, you good, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Hey, we got a new host in town. We got new hosts in town. Me and Lo holding it down today, man. After Lakers game special.
And we haven't had an episode in a week. We had to get it going. Playoffs been all week, and we ain't talking about no games.
Yeah, we had the Forest Bro hand, man. We had the Forest Bro hand. He was, lollygagging.
Yeah, so we got the login.
Basketball and stuff. Who the hell does that anymore? What the hell?
Yeah, got the login. You know, we run the show today.
Dang.
And
But
the first show in a long time where we have no Phoenix Suns talk whatsoever. We're none of that.
Besides what you just mentioned, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
no more.
It's off the topic.
Yeah. Sorry for the picture. I don't even mean to have that in the picture. I should type it down the screen. But nah, I appreciate everybody for watching. Tuning in to the after playoff special, playoff game special. We got a lot to talk about. Like Lo said, man, we have not rapped about some of the playoff games that have happened, man. So we gotta chop it up. Where should we start? We want to start. You want to start Lakers? You want to start Denver? You want to start?
You want
to start Miami? Where we going, Lo? Where we going?
It kind of depends. When we doing that Shannon Sharp talk, we want to do that before or after we talk playoffs.
Nah. Let's save that for the finishing move, man.
All right. I had to make sure. I had to make sure where we stood on that.
Hey, after we jump onto that conversation, people might try to head out, man. That's hot topic, hot news right now.
Hey man, I guess we just start with the most boring series, right? I mean, we start with Thunder Grizzlies. I think that's please start.
How'd you feel about that first game?
I don't even think there's much to talk about.
Damn, that quick, huh?
But they got blown out by 50 in the first game, and then the second game they got blown out by 19. Like it wasn't close.
Yeah, those games don't look like.
It doesn't look competitive at all. Which kind of is interesting because Shea has been kind of terrible these first two games. Game one, he really was in a funk, but then game two, even though he scored he had like 25, 27, somewhere around there, he only shot like 7 for 29, which is, 20 under 25%. That ain't gonna cut it, especially against some of the better teams, not only in the West, but if you have finals aspirations in the East, you're playing, Boston or Cleveland or whoever comes out of the East. It's not going to cut it. They're not going to win games with Shea playing like that. So I think that's the biggest takeaway. But I mean, the Thunder as a whole, they're just a unit, man. They are clicking everywhere. The bench, J-Dub has looked great. Chet had a good game today. So I mean, yeah, there's really not much to talk about there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with pretty much everything. They do look like they're rolling. They got good rhythm. All the bumps and bruises, the high hills, the low. They have rhythm right now, which is perfect timing. I do agree SGA will need to step up once they play a team like, the Celtics, Cleveland, even in their conference, maybe Lakers, Houston, Denver. Like I don't think SGA can. It's just hard to depend on the others. Not to say that all of those guys are the others. They do have a pretty strong three, I guess, three or four. Um, but yeah, their best player, SGA, has not stepped up yet, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, honestly, because I will say this as a Celtic fan, when Tatum doesn't play amazing, to me it goes, oh well, we got the future to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a beautiful thing to have that depth. But I will, like you said, when they need to step up, they're going to need to step up. To me, this is
And
honestly it's worse about Memphis. This says a lot about Memphis. This is
yeah,
for me.
and none of them have played great at all. Ja's been terrible. Bane has been terrible. Triple J has been terrible on
But
both ends.
when you
On
look at the
both
teams,
ends.
when you look at the teams though, low right, Memphis is supposed to have more experience.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think that even if they didn't have as much talent, their experience would kind of fill some gaps, some voids, and it's just been looking kind of stinky for them.
Yeah, it's hasn't been pretty at all. So,
Yeah,
and I mean, not much to talk about on that end. So,
yeah.
we could really we could really move on from that. I feel like that's going to be the quickest segment of the show today.
What? You want to talk about your guys?
Oh no, we definitely talking about the guys. I'm just saying
Oh, okay.
from the Thunder Grizzlies. Yeah, we
Yeah, yeah,
off of that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
over. That's over. Yeah. Let's next. So,
yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk about you guys. Let's do Denver. Let's talk about Denver. Let's talk about that series real quick, man. How you feel about
Oh
how you
my
feel?
lord,
I know how much
that's
you love to get this boy Jokic. I know.
oh my lord. And I think a lot of us knew coming in that this was going to be the series of the first round. I said that in a group chat. Um, but I didn't think we were going to get this competitive of a series this early, right? I thought there would be, a few, 9, 10 point wins on either end. But first game into OT, second game is a 3 point game. Um, and could have had another OT game. I think Jokic missed a few people that were open at the end of game two that could have hit a really big shot. Um, but yeah, both teams are just so well matched. Um, Zubac, I want to give him props. He's been phenomenal these first two games. Kawhi really turned it up game two, obviously 39. And he's been really efficient, especially in game one. He didn't score a lot, but he was incredibly efficient. And so now in game two, he kind of looked for his own shot, and he was he was still efficient. I think he was like 15 for 19 from the field. Like that's insane.
Healthy, quiet, is scary, man.
Is so
He
scary.
changes the entire top 10 list because he can go from I don't know top 20 to top. Oh, you always want to argue top 5 in the league because he plays both ends, and so I don't. He just changes up the list for me. It's kind of tough.
Yeah, and I think that's the key part is that he does it on both ends. They have enough defense around them to where they could kind of mask James Harden, who is obviously the liability on that defensive squad. Between Chris Dunn, who's been
Man,
phenomenal in these first two games, and then Kawhi, Zubac holding it down in the paint. I mean, they
I'm
look
not gonna
really
say the
good.
name of the team, but there's a team that could use a player like Chris Dunn, and I think you know what team I'm talking about.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, when he spoke about the players that he was getting,
Yep.
I didn't even think about Chris Dunn, but that's the type of player that needs.
Yep. Yeah, a glue guy. A glue guy. That's what Chris Dunn is. He doesn't. stagnate on offense. You're not looking for him to create. You're not looking for him to do anything outside of shoot an open three ball and play a lot of defense. And he does that very well. He's been doing that very well.
Very, very well.
For the Nuggets, though, Jamal Murray has to get going a little bit. Obviously, in game 2, he had like 23-ish, give or take. And then in that first game, I don't even remember what he had in the first game. But when we're used to seeing playoff Murray, where he'll go for, 30 and sometimes even give you 40 on any given night, I think that's what the Nuggets are going to need if they're going to win this series. And Aaron Gordon's got to stop blowing open dunks. That too. But they're going to need Jamal Murray to get some buckets and actually step up.
I feel like everything that contributed to them having success, especially that run in the second half of the season, that's not what's happening right now. The Aaron Gordon, even the locker room chaos with Michael Porter Jr. Like this is a horrible time to have that type of conversation, to just talk about you're not motivated right now, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? Like it's bad timing. And then I'd say the one constant is or the two constants is Jokic and Westbrook. But I feel like Westbrook doesn't need to be the Westbrook he was in the regular season. He needs to eliminate some of those turnovers, just some of the knucklehead kind of plays. Hold on. We got an early guess. I gotta bring up. My God, man! Special shout out to one of our consistent followers. He's always in the comments. He's always shooting me a message. My God, Lou.
What's up? Live from the garden.
Hey, I love the view.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Hey, the crazy thing though, Lou, formal introduction. My guy Lou, my man Lou.
What's up?
My man Lou got a question for you. I told him you was hopping on the pod. He got a question for you.
Yeah, you from Boston, but how you a Laker fan? How does that work out?
Actually, I'm from Honduras. That's where I was born.
Man, we ain't talking about that. We talking about where you at.
Then lived in New York first. Then came to Boston.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
He don't rep them like that though. He go there every now and then. But
I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah, he a
Cowboys fan and Laker fan.
You heard that, Lo? You heard that, Lo? Where he just went all the...
We traveled.
And I have relations to Gerard Mayo and still wasn't rocking with the Patriots. So, hey, my team is my team.
Goodness gracious.
We travel to the U.S. for our teams.
Yeah.
I was in Dallas for a Thanksgiving game.
I will say that's the one thing I respect about Lou is he gonna go support his team. I remember my guy had the S. Doc Carter New York Knicks jersey in the building. I said, okay, LU, okay. A lot of people didn't do that.
It's tough.
S. Doc Carter was tough. A lot of people ain't had that one. But yeah, let's talk about your boys. Why you here, man? Y'all got the dub. How you feeling?
I didn't like it.
I like the honesty though.
Too many turnovers. They slipped. What? They were up 20. Only won by 9.
I think that's when you called me.
Yeah, I was like, yo, because I had told you before the game, and they're gonna win by 20.
You did.
And then I called you like, yo, damn, I didn't say by half, but I'll take it. Then they get too comfortable doing these dumb trick plays, and this is what happens. So, if anything, Minnesota can feel good about this because they came back, and now they're going home.
How you feel though? Genuinely, you confident your boys going?
Oh yeah, Lakers in 5.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp voice. That wild man.
I don't know if you want to use his voice right now.
A wild boy. Listen, man, I want Lakers Celtics. Lakers win it to tie him up, 18-18.
I I want to see Lakers Celtics, but that last little sentiment, you could keep that. You can keep
Hey
that.
man, hey, they can be beat. I was here when the Warriors. I had to set up for the Warriors to win, so I seen it. It can happen.
It can. It can. We got a little more experience. I will say for me, I'm on the fence between get back with the Warriors, and Jimmy B, because now Jimmy B's on the Warriors, so it's like two for
Two
one.
for one. Yeah.
And then all that nostalgic. So the crazy thing, Lou, is I told a couple people about 3 years ago. I think it was right after Kobe passed that I called Lakers Celtics 2024 season, not realizing that the end of the season is actually 2025.
Yeah.
But I did predict it.
Hey, it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
I'm shocked with Milwaukee.
So I actually text Low. Now we can jump into that series. I was going to ask what series y'all want to talk about next, but we could jump on that. That was a game from today. I actually wrote Low a message earlier today. I said, "Yo, if Giannis gets swept, is this a stain on his record?
He might leave.
Where does he go though? Because I feel like the destinations that
New
he
York
was
Knicks.
looking towards have been taken.
New York Knicks. They'll give up for whoever for him. New York could do it.
How does that change up the dynamic of the Villanova boys?
It hurts the team, honestly, because you got to give so much. You got to give so
They
much,
turn into the East Coast Suns.
basically. Or they might go after Durant. Who knows what the Knicks will do? But they ain't winning nothing this year, so they're gonna be trying to do something.
I mean, hey, Dame needs to get back in shape. I know he played 38 minutes, but the shot was not there.
What I tell you though, Lo, you the one that wrote it in yesterday. I said I don't know if Dame coming back game 2 is a good idea. 2, is he gonna be enough? Me personally, watching the Pacers at the end, the second half of the season, it changed my whole perspective on that team. They play defense. They have go-to people like Siakam, and they have the best floor. The best guard, the best floor general. I don't want to say he's the best point guard because we still got other guards, but he's really the best floor general in the game right now.
Better than Brunson?
He averages the most assists and the least amount of turnovers.
Yeah. You got to give it to him. He's just quiet. He's quiet.
And that's what I think it is he's so quiet that we overlook what he's actually doing on the court.
Hey, I don't know. He was talking bad to Dame. He's been doing it all series.
Since last year. Since last year,
he's been talking. But I mean, 4 for 13. Like he hasn't done anything basketball related since the 18th of March. Like, you got to give him some leeway here. He'll get a couple days to get his feet under him, get some shots up. I think he'll be fine game 3.
Hey man, you know what Kobe used to say? Don't come on the court if you ain't ready.
And that to me, that was it. Because you're going from even mentally, to me, they were talking about game 3. They never were talking about game 2.
Right.
And so why come back just that little bit earlier than, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, yo, I'm waking up at 6 to go to work. I got to do this. I want to work out. And then you wake up at 3. Now you're like, damn, I'm up a little early. You don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like, and that team, they're rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the first. I feel like it would have been better if he came back first game 1.
Yeah. That's the case.
Hey, and they don't have an it guy either. Like, they don't have an it guy when you think of the Pacers. I mean, Pascal's been great. Tyrese is great, but if you think of like top 10 guy, they don't have that. They're just super well-rounded everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Pascal
really
is the
impressive.
it guy, though. Pascal's the it guy. It's just that they don't have to utilize him the way that you would use a Tatum, the way you use a Luka.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's more or less end of quarters when they miss 3 shots in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Like, to him, put in the post. But but we're not even talking about Kyle Kuzma. Where is he? What's he doing? They should have kept Middleton. He would have did something.
They should have kept Middleton. I said that at the trade deadline. Kyle Kuzma is not a good playoff hooper.
Man,
he was a stat.
Say everything y'all just said again for me. I need to hear it a little louder because I remember they were talking about Kuzma was better than my guy.
Never.
Never.
Never, never, never.
Yeah.
That trade didn't make no sense.
I think partially it was because of health, and then maybe age.
Well, right now you got a goose. Did he even score? I didn't even see if he scored or not.
I
He
think he
did. He
scored
had
this
a
game. Yeah, he
okay
definitely scored this
game.
game. But last thing, he had the Easter egg.
It's terrible.
But like
It's,
he's supposed to be a third option.
Exactly.
but the number
Hilton
one
will have
thing that he
15.
lacks is consistency. That's like the
It's
number one
so
thing.
it's so bad. Bobby Portis is their third option.
That's crazy.
That's
He's had stints, but when you pull in another dynamic, it's almost like you're telling B Portis, we want you to focus on the defense and the rebound and other stuff. That's what we bringing Kuz for. And so, again, when you prepare to do this, and now Kuz ain't holding up his end of the bargain,
Yes,
that ain't
it's-
on.
it ain't working. They
So
gotta
so
figure
so
something out.
so who you got in the finals? Who you got in the finals, Lou?
Lakers Celtics.
Like without a doubt, like you don't see no Cavs, you don't see no ifs
Lakers Celtics.
and so removing your bias because I have the same situation with my Celtics, you know what I'm saying? But removing your bias, you still got Lakers.
OKC, bro. I ain't gonna lie. OKC. But
Okay,
OKC ain't really playing nobody. Memphis ain't Memphis right now. You
respect.
you see Morant don't even look like he's in it. Like he's shaking his head, dragging his feet. He ain't there. He
And
ready. He
I
ready to
think
go Cancun.
I think he sees that they don't have enough, and so you know how it is, Lou. You go
Yeah.
run rack, and you look, and your team, you run up and down the court 4 or 5 times with your team, and you like, man, I can't play with these dudes,
Yeah. Right.
and
But
that's what it is with him. He got to the second half of that last game, and he looked around and said, man, don't nobody even care as much as I care right now.
exactly. And then to be real, they you still got the Warriors. Houston, I don't know what happened with them. It's just one game, so I get it. But the West is kind of like up in the air. You still can't forget about Denver. Then you see the Clippers. The West is tough. But to me, you want to say the Celtics are gonna repeat, but really, I think the winners gonna come out the West. But the thing is also wait, because the West they got to battle so much that they'll be beat up, and then the Celtics, just like last year, every team they played was somebody injured. It might fall in their favor again, unless Cleveland got something to do with it. But that's the only team I'm really concerned with in the East is Cleveland. Other than that, it's Celtics back to the chip. I'll be right here mid-June.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Yeah, no lie. I agree. I agree. The Cavs watching that first game put me on alert. I'm not gonna lie. Put me on alert. Not to talk bad about Lowe's team, but I know that it's only Miami as far as when you look at the grand scheme of all that
Yeah.
top tier teams in the East. It's only Miami. But as I ain't gonna lie, I like some of the pieces that they have on Miami. I think they could have had a better season, but I think they have some solid pieces. But the
Yeah.
way Cleveland doesn't need Donovan Mitchell to have 30 scares me.
Yes.
I'm being honest. That scares me. And I will say the sleeper team that I do in the East is the Pacers. What they're doing in Milwaukee right now is putting me on alert. And I still think that they're not playing the best basketball that they could play. And so it all takes one injury, one run to change the dynamic of a series.
Because not for nothing, too. We're not talking about them, but I think Detroit's gonna beat the Knicks, bro.
Yeah. Which Low.
Mhm.
I'll say I gotta ask Low
Mhm.
because he's high
Mhm.
on that. He's high on that series, and he's high on Minnesota. He actually got Minnesota beating y'all.
Oh, he crazy.
I do. I do. Hey,
Oh, man.
I listen. In regards to this Cavs series, if you were watching the game, it was close until the fourth quarter when Ty Jerome decided that he wanted to go nuclear. We kept it within 10 the entire game. In that fourth quarter, we don't have a closer. That's our problem. We have no one to close a game, and you saw that in the playing game with Atlanta. We had a big lead in the fourth, and we blew it. And then overtime, Davion Mitchell came in and saved us. But that entire fourth quarter, we just gave up everything. And it happened again. We couldn't score anything in the fourth quarter. Davion, I think, was our leading scorer in the fourth quarter again. And when you have that, you're not going to win a whole lot of games. But um, I'm worried about the Cavs. They looked really well. And Evan Mobley didn't play that great. He had 9 points on 4 for 10.
Is that a good or bad thing? Honestly, I sometimes get confused with that when great teams have dynamic players who struggle, but they still win.
They're not taking Miami serious.
They're not.
That's what
They're
it is.
not.
They look like they went and partied the night before. I'm like, it's Miami. We're good.
But the thing is he's going to have to step up because I don't expect Ty Jerome to have 28 points every game of this series.
True.
I don't expect it to happen. May he go out and get you 15, sure, but damn near 30. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, he was on fire. I felt like somebody sent him an email talking about how Peyton Pritchard was about to win it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah, all right. Let me go ahead and show him why I should have got it."
Hey, speaking of, shout out Peyton Pritchard.
I think he deserved it, bro. Pritchard deserved it. He comes in hot.
Most threes off the bench. Yeah. He deserved it. I do think Ty Jerome, and what's my man from Detroit?
Malik Beasley.
I think both of them had phenomenal years. I just think Peyton Pritchard was a little more consistent, and we had to rely on him, and he stepped up. Like he met that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, one of the other guys is on the pod, huge Cavs fan, and he's always talking about how Ty Jerome played less minutes, but averaged just like 2 points less. And I'm like, well, that's not Peyton's fault that his coach needed him to play more minutes. Like I can't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's shooting more threes. The 3-point percentage is slightly. I'm like, but Peyton had the most points off the bench, and you know that's something to be stamped. I definitely think he had a phenomenal year, though. Yeah, again, shout out, Pritch, please. I've been pushing for that 6 man all year, man. I'm glad he got it.
He got to show out tomorrow. Well, later on today.
Yeah, no JT tomorrow.
Yeah, is it confirmed that he's out?
He's listed as doubtful.
Doubtful. Yeah, I think
he should still just play. Like, just be the decoy.
Exactly. That's why I think he'll play. I think he will play and be a decoy. And if it shows, like if he's actually like agitated, then he'll play, only play like 20 minutes or something like that, but he'll play.
Like just go play defense, get some rebounds, hit a layup here and there. Being there is playoff time, man. Everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
It ain't broke. Get out there.
You gotta play the one. You gotta play the point guard for us.
Yeah. And I think they were saying it's just a pain tolerance thing. Like,
yeah, give him that jaw shot. Give him that shot jaw got.
For him to be talking this Kobe mentalities thing all the time, he is kind of soft when like, yo, bro, just tough it up. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Oh, see, hold on.
Hey, I know you've seen that clip of Joe telling him to get up. I know you've seen it.
Good. That's why I love Joe, though. That's why I box with Joe. Question: while we're talking about it, I've been having this conversation for a little while now, Lou. Why do we call it? I'm sorry to just veer off to them. I'm just hijacking the vehicle. It's going right off the road. Why do we call it Kobe mentality? That's a quick question.
That's the media. I don't know, man. I didn't make it up.
Where the hell did that mentality come from?
Kobe.
No.
Nah, I think Kobe did it first.
I think.
Lou, you are my age, brother. I know. Where did that mentality start? Where did it originate?
Jordan.
Okay, now we have the answer.
Yes.
So now that we know where it started, you know what I'm saying?
I think Kobe got it a lot more instead of like a Mamba mentality thing, because when his Achilles, he still got up, shot those free throws. Like that's tough.
So that's the mentality is when you're
Yeah,
hurt. you shoot those
toughness, just
throws.
toughness. That just
All
you
right. So
know.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you one
I mean,
more
but
question.
Jordan had flu game, so
Who of
the
our
injury.
when we from ages, let's say about 13 to 18 to 20, whatever, what player had the most injuries in the league? Like we were always talking about,
AI,
damn it, dude. Who? Say it again.
AI.
Okay. Now, knowing that, how many scoring championships does Kobe have?
Damn.
One, right?
Okay, now that we got that answer.
Wait. He wasn't required to do. He had Shaq, or he had, I mean, the last towards the end, he was supposed to be. Yeah. I go
So
ahead. I ain't
how
gonna
many
argue.
does Iverson have?
I don't recall, but I count championships.
But we're not talking about team mentality. We talking about one individual. Like when Beasley's about to go play Lance Stevenson, we talking about single mentality, the dog of a man. That little, what's that mean picture when the man got the ribs and you got the dog on the inside?
Nah, you right. Yeah.
AI got more scoring titles, played through way more injuries, was 6 inches shorter.
Nah, but it goes back to my first statement. I didn't make it. The media did, and they can't push AI. You know, they want to put AI as the guy.
Nope. That's why I
So
don't see it happening in the job. I don't know if y'all have heard this conversation that a lot of people are having between who's going to be the face of the league in the future. I personally think it's got to be Wemby or maybe Cooper Flag because Cooper's about to come in the league. But the crazy I apologize, Lo. I know we weren't even supposed to talk about bros. I won't say the team name. I'm just gonna say the individual. But honestly, Maul, I know you listening. Go knock on bro door. This is the perfect opportunity for D Booker to stamp his name. There's an open door. There's an open door for the face of the league.
Wait, but why it can't be the Celtic boys?
Because
They don't get in trouble.
hated.
Hey,
We're the most hated.
They
they
don't
be
get in
hating
trouble.
JT.
They don't get in trouble. They do what they're doing. They win.
They not braggadocious enough.
They just chill.
Jaylen Brown is too Malcolm X, Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
JT is too pretty. Like there's a number of excuses that people give them for not.
But it's crazy. Well, if that's the case, give it to Shea.
That's why I feel like, but Shea not
They
American. That's the only thing is I feel like
they want an
kind of
American.
want
neither is
somebody.
Wemby though. Wemby is
That's
French.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
but when you throw Wemby in there, you got. I mean, no.
Wemby is
Wemby
a like a default because he's 7'4". Like he's going to stand out in every room that he's in.
Yeah.
Shea got the swag, but
And that's another crazy convo is a majority of the best players in the league are all international.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a
JT
big
is
conversation.
the only American in the top 5?
Yeah, JT.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Marlon and I have had this conversation. I think that it's going to change the dynamic of how players in America go from high school, college to the league. When you look at the Thompson twins, I feel like their route to the league is what's going to be the future for a lot of NBA prospects. Them dudes went to that. I forget what the name of that program is, but it's not traditional. And to me, they're some of the more mature American NBA players right now. When you look at the landscape, like those dudes look like they're head and shoulders above everyone else in their tier.
And I think with NIL too, a lot of kids are gonna stay in college more because they'll get more money.
The bag is there.
Yeah,
the bag is there. So yeah, the dynamics are definitely changing. International players, when you look at Luka, Giannis, Jokic, Wemby, them dudes are playing professional basketball at the age of 12, so they do have some advantage. But yeah, I mean, what other series we got? What other series we got? Yo,
We got to talk about that Boston series.
You really want to talk about it?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
We can talk about it because I like Paulo. I really do like Paulo.
Paulo played phenomenal.
He just had no
help.
help.
You see that game 1?
He had no help.
It was him and Franz and then nobody else.
They need help. What's their point guard name? Anthony Cole, whatever.
Oh yeah, Cole Anthony, and then they got
Yeah.
Cole
Anthony Black.
Anthony,
That's
Anthony
because Suggs is
Black.
hurt. If Suggs wasn't hurt, they might be dangerous right now.
Yeah, because they gave the Celtics trouble. They beat them 2 out of 3
Yep,
during
2
the
out of 3.
season.
Yep, them in Atlanta. We didn't. Porzingis didn't play. I think 2 of the games, but I mean, he still
Yeah.
won. They still
He
won.
don't. Yeah, that's the secret weapon with the Celtics.
Yeah, he changes the dynamic. You got a 7-foot shooter like that.
I know the Knicks are like, damn.
Yeah, but like when you look at it, Paulo and Franz scored 59 of their 86.
That's a lot.
But
The
I mean,
rest
when
of the
you
guys
look at
scored 27.
when you look at their team, though, who are the other scorers? That's
I
just
mean,
unfortunate.
yeah, but you can expect a little bit. Like you can expect KCP to come in and hit a few threes,
Yeah,
right?
he surprised me. He was, yeah.
I feel
Cole
like
Anthony can get hot.
yeah,
They
he
just
can
need it
definitely
to
be a spark.
happen.
But I feel like they're so focused on defense that it's kind of taken away from some of their offense.
It's burning them out.
And they played well defensively anyway. Outside of, Derek White having 30, everyone else was held under 20.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like that's how you win games, but they just can't score on the other end to match the defense that
I
they
will
have.
say though, JT played horrible. Like he missed some buckets he should have made.
How many threes did the Celtics hit that game?
I got it pulled up.
I don't know, but I know we're 101-8 when we shoot 40% or better. So if we shoot 40%, it's a damn near automatic dub. That's a crazy record. 101-8.
That's crazy. That's like, yo, just let it fly.
That's like 97%, 98% win. That's crazy.
Just let it fly.
That's crazy.
They shot 27,
27 threes.
and they shot what 43%.
That's low. That's
Derek,
27 threes is low for us. We banking 42, 44.
I think Derek White had like 7 or 8 of them alone. He was
Derek White is, to me, and I of course I appreciate what Porzingis brings to the table, but I've been screaming low.
He's the X factor.
I've been saying they've been clowning me all year. I've been saying Derek White was better than so and so. Derek White better than so and so. They've been clowning me all year. Listen, I can see, Derek White is actually a premier player. He's just playing his role. That's what he's doing. It's dope when you have them type of players. I feel like he
plays deep. I like when he plays defense.
He be punching.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
get that out.
Got up like that.
Yeah. It's been for me, I said it right before it started, and I just felt like this whole playoff run was going to be one to remember. We haven't seen in a while. I mean, you got Luka and LeBron on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just I'm still in awe of that. You got like a top 5 future player with arguably the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? With top 1, 2, like this. That's crazy to me.
If the guys would step up a little more, it gets scary. But as the playoffs go, they might build with confidence.
But just this first round, you got LeBron and Luka against AE, who everyone's Michael Jordan's son. You know what I'm saying? Just like so many dynamics of this.
He's packing him up. Hey,
I'm not gonna lie though. Like when you watch Ant play, does he not remind you of guys like that?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
The way he just moves it reminds. It's like a resemblance thing.
And he talks a lot.
Oh,
he got old school. He got old school swag.
Hey, yeah, he got fined. We can't say it on the pod, but
like even today, even for today's game, he went and like walked through their shoot around, through their layup line. Like, yo, but do that and secure the win. Then it's like, okay, yeah.
But Lou, remember when Mike said, "Dudes start talking trash when they up"? I don't like that, and that's really what I like about AE. Is he gonna be the way he is regardless?
True, but sometimes that can hurt your team because now you giving.
I agree.
Your mother guys that all right, So that's why Luka today had 20 in what? He had 16 in the first quarter.
Yeah, first.
That's why keep poking the bear. Go ahead.
That's how I felt the same way about Dame last game. I'm like, Dame, you over here talking, you can't even play.
Yeah.
You ain't on the court. Wait till you can get on the court before you start talking, bro.
Halliburton's waiting for him. Halliburton has the confidence now, and you can see it. Dame ain't the same, bro. It's over for him. Just
Oh
retired,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I think like it speaks to how great LeBron is, but like that 34 to 35 age, after that, players are different. I
Yeah.
mean, even LeBron right now, like the beginning of the season, LeBron was different than he is right now. I think he's still better than a lot of dudes in the league,
It's
but you
crazy.
can see,
It's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, you could see it.
And for the record, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm just a Laker fan. It just happens to be on my team. But Jesus, it's crazy what he's doing. Because I'm gonna be 40 this year. And I'm like, I ain't doing none of that. He crazy. I mean,
Hey, hey, did you see what Gumball just
Yeah.
texted in the
Hold on. I got Gucci at the door. Hold on. I'll be right back. Gucci at the door. Talk about shit.
yeah, man.
Oh, Jamal just talk too much. He really does. Hey man, they look good tonight. Not really, but I mean they won.
Yeah. So who would they play next round if they beat Minnesota? Who would they get? Because they're
Uh,
third.
Rockets or Warriors, whoever wins that series,
Oh my God. Jeez.
followed by the inevitable OKC in Western Conference.
It's like, oh man, hold on. My phone. It's like
Yeah.
it's like you want to see that Golden State and that Curry and LeBron. You want to see that. But
In the second round, it's too early. That's not where you want to see him.
no, I know you want to see them play to go to the finals, but you know it is what it
Especially
is.
with playoff Jimmy.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough.
Yo,
It's tough.
More talking crazy. He talking about Magic and 7.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, he being
I think we all
disrespectful.
predicted him at Boston in four, right? Like I feel like we all
Yeah,
did
that's why I
that.
said he just being disrespectful. He
Nah,
just
because I
he
ain't
trying
gonna
to
lie.
wind me up on the show.
Game one, I was trolling the guys because I was here. And I'm like, oh, Orlando in 7. I said it too, but I was trolling. There's no way Celtics lose to Orlando. They may lose one game, and that's it.
Yeah, I said him 5. I
Yeah,
said him 5.
Especially if JT don't play. I could see him dropping a game, but I don't see them losing.
yeah, nah, you're not
I
beating.
honestly, I'm that high on Paulo. I feel like Paulo, there's like a handful of them young dudes that have a chance to put themselves in that circle, top 5, you know what I'm saying? Top 7, maybe. Paulo's one of them to me. Like I thought last year he was going to take the jump that he took this year. But that dude, like the numbers that he's capable of putting up, I feel like that's what he could do all the time. That 30, 12, 6, like that'll be his regular numbers.
Yeah, it's just
Hey,
tough to do it with the Celtics because you don't even. It's next man up with them. Anybody can give you 20 to 30 points easy. Just the way they play, they really don't have set plays for individuals. They just swing it. If you open, let it fly. That's how they play. Like
Yeah.
like
hey,
kind of like how the Spurs did a little bit, but
That's why to me, that's why teams like Houston are having great success right now because Ime came from under Greg Pop as well. And so if you look at those systems,
it works.
it works.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that's really what Houston needs
It's either that
is
system or the triangle offense.
they need a shooting big.
That's it.
Like I
hey,
love Steven Adams, but if you had a combination of Steven Adams meets Jabari Smith, like a
If you put a
combination,
Siakam in Houston, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you see it swirling. Does KD fit that role?
I
Nah.
don't like it because it's not enough defense. And
Mm-mm.
that's what they're like, that's their thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, Giannis.
Oh my God.
Oh my lord!
If anything,
Don't even put that into the world. Don't even put that
if
into the
anything,
universe.
imagine no
Yo,
Giannis.
Tyson, if you watching, just
Yeah,
don't even
yeah. Just disregard anything that we just
disregard.
said.
No, but
Especially my
imagine
homie, a
that.
Houston fan. Don't say that, dog, because now he going.
Imagine that.
No,
Oh
I
my,
don't want to imagine that.
because he plays defense. He's that aggressive player. Like he that's Houston. That's how he played. But to get him, because he just signed a contract, right? Not too long ago. How many years he got left?
Few years ago, I think, like maybe 2 years ago, he probably got 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm not sure.
Because look, Udoka told Harden, don't even come over here. So he probably don't even want no vets. He want with the young boys because he can mold them. Yeah, man. Lakers Celtics. Okay. OKC needs more time. And Cleveland, the way they played against Miami, they can't play like against the Celtics like that. So I'm going with.
I think if Giannis were to leave, though, now is probably the time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's in the peak of his prime, but he's 30.
Yeah,
He's
he
only
got.
probably got a few more years of that before he starts giving out.
He should never
I
signed
tell him,
that contract.
yeah,
That,
yeah.
that, mm-mm. And not for nothing too. Doc Rivers is they got to get rid of him, boy. I'm sorry.
Doc Rivers has one championship with the Celtics to his name, and people praise him to the ends of the earth.
Thank you.
And
He ain't all that.
I, he hasn't been. I think that Celtics team was just that good, but Doc
Yeah.
Rivers was not the X factor for that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing much. He didn't need to do much. Rondo's a general. Rondo can just pass the rock around. You got three future Hall of Famers. Wasn't that
Mhm.
hard?
Yeah, and Rondo's like one of the premier basketball minds
Yeah.
in not just like our generation, like any generation.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He made Doc Rivers look good, and he's getting him a bag almost 20 years later. It's insane.
Yeah, it's
Like that's
crazy.
that's starting to piss me off. uh, all
Look, then my lunch break's over. I'm about to head back.
right,
So
man.
I'm gonna get with y'all, all right?
Yeah. Hey, we'll holler at you. We'd love to have you again for sure.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. All
Bet,
right,
bet,
take
bet.
it easy.
Yeah. Take care.
All right, well.
Hey, man. Now it's just me. We get to have the low show today. That's right. Hey, man. I guess we just run it down, right? We talked Grizzlies Thunder, talked Magic Celtics, talked Cavs Heat. We got to talk about this Warriors game. Hey, Tyson, if you're watching this, it don't look that great, man. Um, Jimmy on both ends of the court, Steph and his shooting ability, Draymond playing defense. Hey, even Pods was lighting it up. So it's tough. Hey, the guards have to be better in Houston. And Sengun with 26 is phenomenal. That's what you want to see out of Sengun. But Fred with 10, got 4 for 19. That ain't gonna cut it. Uh Amen played fine on both ends. I mean, 4 for 9. It's about 50%. Can't ask for much better. Jalen Green, I know we talked about it earlier. He is either going to stink it or he's going to give you the best game of his life, and he stunk it. But they got to be better. Tari Eason, 3 for 10, 6 points. It's just not going to cut it. If you want to beat a team that's as defensively sound as the Warriors are, because reminder, they're number 1 in defensive ratings since the Jimmy trade. You're going to have to shoot the ball better in particular, but they got to find a way to get it going, or they're gonna drop games quick. But I hope they turn it around. I think it'll be a competitive series. I still like my prediction, Rockets in 6. But if the guards can't get it going, they might drop it in 5. It just might have to be how it is. Cade, Pistons, Knicks, Cade Cunningham. Hey, we got playoff Brunson, and it wasn't enough. And I don't know whose fault that is really. Cat, endpoints, no fourth quarter shot attempts, 0 points in the second half. That's tough, you know. Hey, look at Gumball, man.
Hey, what's the word? Hey, I see y'all holding it down. Had to come peep. Hey, bro.
Hey, who's y'all? I've been holding it down. Where'd
I know I've
Tone
been
go?
watching. Hey, I hit Tone up.
I don't know where Tone went. Tone got out of here.
Tone, no, he
Tone got out of here.
No, Tone, his laptop died.
See, he pulled the U. He didn't plug in a chip.
Hey, if I keep messing around, my laptop about to die too.
Hey, you better go plug it in, and then we could talk this Knicks series I was just talking about.
Hey, listen. First of all, hey, you said my pick. You said my pick for. You didn't say the whole thing. Let me read it. Jason Tatum, ultimatum. I say I'm gonna like him. Magic with 7.
All right. Hey, I just saw the tweet. It was up to Tone to read it out loud. You know, he the Celtics fan. So
hey, bro. It's gonna be tough.
Hey, especially with Tatum.
That's the thing. If Tatum don't come back, they're in trouble.
Think so?
And his wrist, that's a shooting wrist.
It is. It's not his offer. It's not his offhand.
It's a shooting wrist. And so, like, if it's his offhand, okay, yeah, you can get away with that. Shooting wrist, trouble.
But I mean, they came out and said it. It's a pain tolerance thing. It's not like there's any integral damage to it.
Yeah,
JT's gotta play through it if they're gonna want to win.
He has to, but like at what point in time is it like, okay, this guy can't shoot the basketball. This guy can't dribble the basketball. Like it like you said, pain tolerance. Like it hurts so bad, he cannot dribble the basketball. He can't shoot the basketball.
But think about it, right? If they get the Magic out in 4 or 5, they have a gap. They'll get a gap. I mean,
hey, what up, OG?
Tone.
Come on, hey, you and your technology, bro. What's up?
You know I'm good for one slip up. I forgot. I had all the wires plugged up except the charger. I'm over here like, what? Oh my god!
Hey, had to hop on with y'all for a few minutes, bro.
Huh?
But
I seen D'Lo holding it down by himself. I said I gotta hop in with my boys for a little bit, for a few minutes.
Yeah. The funniest work is Gucci was around the corner, and so he was watching, and he pulled up to the crib, like, yeah, that's what y'all doing. I said, make sure you come get on the pod, fool.
Man, Gucci gotta get on the pod, bro. For
I keep
sure.
telling them.
Gucci gotta hop on the pod. But
he all in the comments.
Hey, that's my dog, man. Hey, talk about loyal, bro. He's in here every episode, bro.
Gucci.
Every episode. That's my dog, Gucci, bro. No cap. Hey, Tone, but I'm upset with you, bro. I got a bone to pick with you, bro.
Oh, you heard what I said?
No, I say about hey, I've been watching the whole episode. I've been watching the whole time.
Okay.
I've been watching. So it's not even that. I got a few things I gotta say. One, First of all, we gotta have Lou on more often. He talk about Jason Tatum soft. That's my guy.
Yo, I told you,
That's my guy.
I'm from the town where most of the people hate the guy. So everything, all the stress,
You know
all
what?
the BS that y'all try to put me through, that's nothing. That is easy. That's the slow lane for me. The slow lane is easy. I'm comfortable in the slow lane.
Oh, we know Triple OG.
That's
we know.
crazy. Oh, y'all gonna start talking about my age, man. I look good.
Hey, you know what? Hey, whatever helps you sleep at night, huh? You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah, I don't know
let's
if I'm
go.
ever gonna
Hey,
tell another man he
real
looked good.
talk,
I
Lou.
don't know
You
if I'm
gotta be
ever gonna
comfortable.
say
You gotta
that.
be comfortable in your masculinity, brother. Gotta own that.
Hey, real talk though. No, Lou, cool as hell, boy. That was a dope conversation. That was a dope
My
conversation.
God.
And
My
two,
God, I know him for a
Hey,
long
that man got the Lakers going to the finals, though. I don't know about
nasty
all
work.
that.
Ain't nobody
That's
beating
nasty.
OKC. Ain't nobody beating OKC. But and I got one more thing. I got one more bone to pick with you before I let y'all boys get back at it. You know, I got to want to get some other things done. I sent you a text. You just read the end. You didn't say, hey, Jason Tatum, ultimatum. I say I'm a Laker. Magic is 7.
You holding up 8 fingers.
No, I'm not.
You did that.
That's 7.
You did that.
I seen it too.
You got your.
and he putting up balloons. What is
I ain't
going
even do that.
on here?
Hey,
Yeah,
that's how I'm gonna celebrate though. When Paulo
you-
give y'all buckets.
How you do that? I don't want to know how to do that. It's
Jason
not
Tatum.
gonna.
Yo, see, this is why this is yo.
I sell them a
I'm
Laker.
reiterate. My man starts the show off every time with positivity, love, caring, nurture. All you know how you go, that long soliloquy.
Yeah.
And then every time he just comes and hate.
Hey, that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
And you know what's crazy, Lo, is I show love to the man on it, talking about his boy.
Hey, hold on now. Hey, I got y'all. Hey, we ain't picked the second round yet. I got y'all making it to the finals.
But did you hear did you happen to hear what I said though about your boy?
How being the face of the league. Yeah, how that door's open.
I feel like the door's open, and it's a perfect opportunity.
See?
Because here's the other part of the equation is it's often a heavy sneaker influence. When you think about it, there's often a Nike, Adidas, a Jordan brand that is backing that player. Who are the largest players on Nike? Wemby,
KD, Bron.
KD. Well, KD is kind of past his time. I mean, he's that guy, but I'm talking about like the up and comers. Is Ja, it's Wemby, and it's Devin Booker. Those are like the 3 main. Ja's tippy toeing from the streets to the hoops. Wemby's a 7-footer, so where like most people they try to like see themselves in that particular athlete. You know what I'm saying? You see yourself in them, and that's how you feel attached to that. Wemby 7'7". Nobody feeling that, you know what I'm saying? D Booker's more of a regular,
He's relatable.
There you go.
Just a regular guy.
Opportunity.
Hey, I just want to point out. Hey, listen. First of all, I'm loving the Devin Booker love. You know what I'm saying? I never shy away from that. But lastly, hey, shout out to y'all boys. You know, I'll be running around with like a chicken with my head cut off, bro. So sometimes we be going without a pod. Y'all boys doing a phenomenal job.
We gonna hold it down.
Holding it down.
Y'all doing a phenomenal job holding it down. Appreciate the hell out of y'all boys. I'm about to put y'all on the TV right now. I gotta get a bunch of things done. Shout out to y'all boys, man.
You already. We gonna hold it down.
Yep. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out to my man for stopping by, man. You know.
Yeah, shout out to Gumball, man.
Yeah. So before we get into the hottest topic of the day, let's talk about tomorrow's games real quick. Who you picking? Who you picking? Who you got?
I feel like this is a very easy slate outside of one game. I'm just gonna go off rip and say Celtics Cavs win. in the Garden for the Celtics. I think that they don't drop one at home with or without Tatum. Cavs at home. I don't think we put up much of a chance. I know I said biased Heat in 7, but realistically, they probably get us out in 4 or 5. I think we may get one at the crib, but that's it. Um, it's this Warriors Rockets game. Let me tell you, and Jamal kind of touched on this in the group chat while the game was going the other night, and the Warriors were up like 22, 23, and he said in the group chat, Warriors might get them out at 4. And as soon as he said that, it's like the Rockets flipped the switch, and they were like, "That ain't happening." And they brought it to very close. I think they had it within 3 or 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously towards the end of the game, the experience just took over, and the Warriors came out with a dub. But um, I don't. I find it hard to believe the Rockets shoot that bad again from not only the three but from the field. Um, But as I was saying while you were getting your charger, because I don't know how that happened, um, the Warriors are the number one defensive rated team since Jimmy Butler got traded. And I think people underlook that when they look at the Warriors. They think all offense, they got Steph and they got Jimmy and they got all this 3-point shooting around them, but they are so so good defensively. And I think people finally noticed in game one, not just Draymond, but Jimmy on both ends. And the rest of the guys, they hid Steph very well. Outside of that first quarter they were hunting him, but the rest of the game, they did a great job. So it's close. I think I'm going to take the Rockets though in a nail biter. I think I'm going to take the Rockets.
Nice. I'm siding with you on the first two games, but I'm gonna take the Warriors. I feel like Draymond and Jimmy are having conversations without Steph being there because Steph just doesn't need to be there, and they're going, we're not gonna allow one. I just, regardless of how we feel, Draymond's smarter than the average hooper.
Yeah,
And
he
he
is.
knows what it takes to win 16 games in the playoffs. And losing just doesn't help. It again, like Lou said, like there's more top tier teams in the West, or I don't even know if they're top tier, but it's gonna be a tougher road in the West. And
Hmm.
so if you lose these early games, you're extending that series. You're gonna be a little more tired for the finals. And so I just feel like Jimmy and Dre are gonna be like, yo, we can't lose these games. I know this is Houston, and we know they're one of the more dynamic teams in the West, but we have to find a way to win. And that's just I feel like that's what they're gonna do tomorrow.
I can see it.
We shall see. Should be some good stuff. But on to the hottest topic of the day.
Yeah, well, I say I teased it earlier.
Yeah. Man, Shannon Sharper. Sharper than a razor blade right now, brother. He is on every social media. He is hot topic. He is trending. And not for a positive
No,
manner.
yeah, not for his Lakers in 5. He's not trending for that right now.
No. So I guess I'll let you, let you start the engine, man. How you feel about this new storyline?
Yeah, man. It's kind of wild to me. I don't I don't understand how people can't just like stick to their age group first off. I don't understand that. I don't care if she was above 18 or not. Like you're 50. Like that's wild to me.
Wild is an understatement. When
And
I
like
when
if
I seen that she's 20, 20 or
uh,
22, something like that, right?
yeah, she's young, but I think they were reporting when they like saw each other, she was 19.
I'm just like, bro, out of all the women that you could have, Something just doesn't seem right.
It doesn't. No. But it's like if you 50, like stick in the 40s, and maybe you could dip into the 30s, but no younger than that, right?
Well, here's what I think. I'm gonna be real frank on this. Probably a little too frank. Probably a little bit more for the Wave show. But I think that there becomes a time in men and women's life to where you're looking for exactly what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon is of an age to where he's not looking to invest time, emotion, and so there's not a lot of what you would call maybe high caliber women who are willing to accept that. Those high caliber women are often more mature. They don't have, there's probably high caliber women who are 20, 22, but the more mature ones, they're just not going to deal with what Shannon's trying to, honestly, Shannon's trying to be in and out, and so it's more likely to him finding a younger woman. Now, do I think he could have found somebody 30 years old? Yes. I just think so. What's odd for me is the timing of the lawsuit.
Yep. I was gonna get there.
I think that it's the lawyer who's pushing forward. This is the same lawyer that just brought the situation to Jay-Z and his lawyer.
AZ. Yep.
And so I'm looking at this whole thing. I'm like, me just being regular Joe Schmo, you just being regular Schmo Joe. We've been able to identify that it seems odd.
Yep.
It's obviously a judge and other people who are in the judicial system that was going, what's going on here? And so I'm anxious to see what happens and what the future conversations, what happens. There's got to be some stuff that we're missing in this whole story. But
yeah,
to me, it's odd. Shannon has been doing numbers for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah,
he's kind of created this monster. He's got people under him. To me, he's doing phenomenal things in this whole podcast sector or whatever you want to call it. And it's just odd to me that out of the blue comes something like this.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what we're talking about, may as well just throw this out there. Shannon Sharp is being sued for $50 million is the lawsuit for allegedly non-consensual activities with this girl.
Which is
'Cause-
odd when you look at the text messages.
Yeah, because I don't think we could say that word without having to censor it. But Shannon has come out. He's put text messages out. He put that video out today of him speaking on it. And it's crazy because as soon as he did, he was saying how the lawyer is going to come out with either, a video or some audio trying to frame him in a bad light. And as soon as he did, guess what came out today? There's that audio going around of him saying, some stuff that's maybe out of context, maybe not. I don't know. Nobody knows. I guess we'll find out. But it all just seems a little fishy to me. It seems really fishy to me, but facts will come out. That's how the law works. It'll come out, and we'll sit here and make our opinions on who's right, who's wrong, who should have done this, who should have done that. But
opinions. I was gonna say opinions aside, but no, this is my opinion. I think that this is a learning curve. Like this is an example for a lot of other people who could be in a situation similar to learn and swerve. Like avoid situations like this. I mean, this is what we got the AE situation. You had Shannon's earlier situation with he had the other video that popped out. Now you got there's a lot of these situations that happen with these high level professionals, athletes, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm just like, man, I would think that some of you would learn from the others.
Yeah,
But
and it's just not just them either. You have, artists and influencers and just a bunch of, really famous people that are essentially they just keep repeating the cycle.
yeah,
And
you know what I'm scared for? Is Shaq. Shaq's name keeps popping up. He's seeing videos with little younger girls, and it's a similar situation where Shaq is in his 50s and the girls are in their 20s. And I'm like, what's the issue?
yeah,
Like, what's the
yeah.
issue?
And it begs the question of how long before someone comes out and either makes an accusation or tries to tarnish the reputation that he's built for, some 5-second glory of fame.
NDAs don't hold it down.
So it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't want to, say that he's completely in the wrong. We don't want to say that she's completely in the wrong until all the information is provided. But I do think that there are situations that can be avoided, especially when you've got the amount of money, the amount of fame, the amount of stardom. I could imagine that he could have made a wiser decision.
I agree. I agree, especially when you are on the internet and you openly talk about, a topic in general. And I think we would all agree that among the analysts that represent, not just the NBA, but sports in general, I think Shannon Sharp has a really high level of just knowledge of sports. And when you look at it outside of, the Laker bias, um, he's got some really great takes among a bunch of other analysts out there. And I think that's why people like Shannon Sharp a lot. But um, it you essentially get to this point where you potentially throwing all that away over something that could have just been avoided, you know?
Yeah, he's got an amazing platform. This situation, and of course, it's not the same, but it reminds me of the Ime Udoka situation, where he
Mhm.
had like all of the stars were aligning for him, all the pieces were in place, and all he had to do was kind of just,
Chill
you know,
out.
yeah, be
You
humble.
just had to chill out. Yeah,
And
because he was just coming off the finals loss. They
yeah, I
they
mean,
would have got back.
it's amazing what he's doing in Houston, but
Yep.
everything happens for a reason. I do hope that this situation pans out and nobody is hurt or harmed. Um, no one's reputation is tarnished. I will say that this is if he didn't do anything. If he did, then he needs to be held accountable as
Yep.
is anyone else would. But yeah, it's definitely a sports topic, and him being so prolific in his podcast and just his platform. He, like you said, he's got some hot takes. He has some great questions. He has some great entertainers that have been on his show, and so
Mhm.
it'll be interesting to see what happens with this moving forward if people try to tarnish his name and tear down what he's built. But
And I think the question comes in because obviously the podcast is his. He could do whatever he wants on the podcast, but he's on ESPN with Shannon Sharp or Shannon Sharp,
Stephen
Stephen A.
A.
Smith.
Yeah,
So it begs the question of, are they going to put him on hold until this all pans out?
oh, definitely. He won't be on ESPN until
Oh, I don't think so either, but that affects him, right? Because if he's
definitely.
not on the show, he's not making any money from that.
Yep.
Uh, so I think that I think the situation will come quicker in the limelight on not just social media, but in the courts as well, because they're fiddling with a job here, and they don't like that very much. I
Oh,
know if I
I'd
was
assume,
getting
I'd
paid,
assume his lawyers are gonna, they're ready for the battle too.
yeah, and I think that goes both ways, but um, to the people, again, we're not making any assumptions, we're not making any opinions until everything comes out, but just wanted to get that out there, do some research.
No, we're in the podcast business, and like you said, he's one of the guys. He's the leader. He's one of those guys at the forefront of this whole situation. So definitely a hot topic, and we'll see what comes with it in the upcoming days, man. Yeah, he won't. It's funny because we just went from like it was literally the day before you seeing all these memes of Lakers in 5, and then you wake up the next morning and it's that. I was like, damn.
Yep.
Oops. But nah, we appreciate everybody who joined us, man. It was dope. Me and Lo held it down. Shout out my man Lou, all the way from the Bean and in the garden. In the garden, that was dope. Shout out Maul for popping in, hollering at us real quick. Appreciate you, Lo, man, holding it down.
Hey,
We might have to kick Maul and Kev to the curb.
we might be back here later this week. Maul said he's busy all week, so hey, we could expect another episode later in the week. Y'all stay tuned for that. We'll see what happens, but hey, Gumball don't want to run anything. We'll get on here.
And shout out everybody who was live in the chat, man. Shout out Richard, shout out Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Lou, shout out all the homies, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all motivate us, man. Keep doing what we doing. I'm about to mess up the outro.
Man, I was wondering if you was gonna do it. I was wondering.
Yeah, man. All I know is it's nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice.
There it is. All right. Good on you, Tone, for remembering.
And yo, Maul loves you. We love you too, but we gonna hold it down for Ball. Y'all know Ball love y'all, man. We appreciate everybody. And yeah, tune in next time. We should be back later in the week, maybe Friday. We'll definitely drop a link and a little update to let y'all know when we go on live, man. Appreciate you, Lo.
Of course. Thanks for hosting with us. We finally get to host. We call ourselves the host today. Yeah, that's right. Not no co-host today. Get Gumball out of here. We're taking over Gumball Sports Machine.
The Low and Tone show, man.
Yeah, exactly. We're taking over. We're rebranding. We're a Celtics worshiper. I said it in the chat.
He's finding a way to hack the jacket right now.
He kicks us both out. He's hearing this on the screen right now. He's typing in the computer.
Blank screen. Nah, man, but we appreciate everybody, and yeah, we'll see y'all later in the week, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. We out. He gonna get the outro.
Yeah, there we go. I was searching for it.
He was gonna get there. You still live, Tony. You gotta cut that.